We know U.S. farmers and ranchers feed the world, but how do those food products actually reach the globe? Like most things, it starts with building relationships. This year, NASDA traveled across the globe to 4 countries to introduce your commissioners, secretaries, and directors of agriculture to government leaders looking to import the United States high-quality food products through the USDA Emerging Markets Program. NASDA celebrates a successful year of emerging market trade missions. We know firsthand how important it is to establish honest, working relationships between policymakers early and often. We have found tremendous value in breaking unfair myths about U.S. food and agriculture, sharing the value of innovation, and building trust within the global food and agriculture system.
The goal of that program is really to help U.S. organizations promote exports of generic U.S. ag products and commodities to countries that have or are developing market-oriented economies and that have the potential to be viable commercial markets. And that have the potential to be a really strong trading partner with the U.S.
The program has the potential to not only boost exports of American agricultural products, but also strengthen diplomatic ties and foster a spirit of collaboration between nations. Farmers in emerging markets gain access to new agricultural practices that can lead to improved crop yields and a broader spectrum of high-quality products.
We took a delegation of NASDA members to Indonesia recently, and part of these EMP trade missions, we include a special guest that is an expert with a certain commodity or a certain product. In this trip to Indonesia, we took Krista Harden. She is the president and CEO of U.S. Dairy Export Council, and she was just very ecstatic to go and join us. And there have already been discussions and activities that are hopefully going to result in improvements and processes to Indonesia's dairy farmers' systems, how they produce dairy, and just training them and bringing them over to the U.S. Will be especially important. One thing that we were very excited about was that immediately after we returned from the trip, Secretary Jeff Whitty, who joined us on that trip to Indonesia, he's from New Mexico. He and Krista Harden and her team at U.S. Dairy Export Council moved very quickly to share information and provide trainings for the Indonesia dairy industry. And joint meetings from those two groups have already taken place, as well as conversations with FAS and USDA just to support those efforts. And that collaboration would have never happened without that trade mission.
This follow-up helps us strengthen relationships built while overseas and exchange information to bolster the agricultural industries and supply chains in both countries. Other outcomes have included sharing contact information and further resources to educate about market access and different agricultural practices in the U.S.
One thing that's very important to mention about these trade missions is that it's not just about the U.S. sending their products to a specific country. It's about two-way trade. No relationship is going to work if only one party is benefiting. We make very sure to tell government officials and leaders in industry and retail that we want to help them as well. So that's just another reason to have these very small concentrated trade missions. We can focus on issues that are very important to the members, and again, continuing to build those partnerships with other countries.
NASDA further unites the impact of our trips through follow-up with embassy officials in D.C., larger assemblies of states and industry partners, and return trips. We're proud that with our partnership with USDA and the Emerging Markets Program, NASDA is enhancing food security and economic stability for the U.S. and other countries through building relationships and opening markets for trade.
We're really excited to have this first year under our belt and are looking forward to more successful years and more trips.